keeping a fishing log, will that help you catch fish? Will it make you a better fisherman? And if you think it will, and you're going to keep a fishing log, what do you put in that fishing log? Good morning, guys and girls. June 26th, reading from the Catch of the Day book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. Most of you that are on here have been on here for a while. Please share this with one or two friends, and let's double or triple the size of this channel. It's got about 30,000 folks on there. We got about 175,000 altogether on our 3 YouTube channels. Subscribe to all 3 of them. If you're a Facebook person, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters on Facebook. We also post a few of these on TikTok. Not all of them, but we put them up there just occasionally on TikTok. Got over 100,000 people on TikTok now. 1 million people on our social media. 1 million people. So thank you, every one of you. I appreciate you being on there. We do 1,000 videos a year, so we're working real hard out here to try to help you as well. The name of this YouTube channel right here is called Catch a Better Life, and that's the reason we put so much effort, is to make your life better, Today we're looking at the book of Haggai. You remember Haggai in the Bible, the book of Haggai? Yeah, that's a hard one to find. Haggai 1:5, and this is a great one right here. This is what the Lord All-Powerful says. Think about what you have done. Think about what you have done. What in the world does he mean by that anyway? Think about what you have done. I saw a commentator on television the other day talking to a politician, and they went through some rant, and the politician looked at her and said, think about what you just said. Are you hearing what you just said? And that's how ridiculous some of that has got nowadays. But the deal about it is, what does this mean in the Bible when it says, think about what you have done? Well, here's the Daily Devotional I wrote about it. It'll kind of tell you what I believe that this means. It means that we need to be looking at what we have done in our lifetime, because we can become different people over a period of time. We should actually become different people over a period of time. We should become better. But if we're not careful, we can become worse. Here's what I wrote about this. Keeping a fishing log can be beneficial to most fishermen. Okay, that answers that question we talked about. It's particularly helpful if you fish several different bodies of waters, like tournament fishermen. They really need to keep, if you're planning on becoming a better fisherman, you plan on fishing tournaments, get you a fishing log and keep it. I like to record what the weather is doing, the water conditions, that's what the water is doing, getting warmer, getting colder, rising, lower, and clear, muddy, so forth and so on. Obviously the date, which will tell you the time of the year you're fishing, which is very, very important. And obviously the body of water you're fishing. That will tell you the type of water you're fishing. We fish all different types of water. Man-made lakes, God-made lakes, rivers, streams, natural Great Lakes, rivers, oceans, all kinds of things. But here's the deal. As time goes by, it's amazing how much you learn by reviewing previous trips, But by the way, you need to keep information on every fish caught as well. That's really, really important. And the information I like to keep is roughly about how big the fish is. If it's a really big one and you weigh it, you might know 12 pounds, 14 ounces. That'd be good. But the information, 2 pounder, 2.5 pounder, it doesn't have to be accurate. But how deep you caught the fish, what the water temperature was, the location that you caught the fish, and if you have your graph on your boat, you just write down, an actual latitude, longitude. You can have it exactly. But it's not that important to keep that exact records. Probably just put it down. I caught it in Elk Creek. I caught it in 6-shooter landing. I caught it on Cherokee Point. Whatever, you can just write down where you caught that fish, And so put as much information as you can down in there, and think about all the things that you think about when you make your decisions in fishing. The time of the year, the water, what the water is doing, what the weather is doing, and obviously what you caught the fish on. These are the things that you look at in making your criteria. Time of the year, the weather, what the water's doing, and the type of water you're fishing. Make sure you have all of that down. It's really going to help you. Most of us nowadays are so busy that we hardly ever take time to examine ourselves. This is what the Bible, I believe here, is telling us to do. Think about what you have done. Take a look at yourself. Now, my preacher, Chopper McCartney, he reminds us very often in his sermons to examine ourselves. Because over time, and this is a really important deal, over time, we can become entirely different people. We actually should become entirely different people. But we can be careful when we want to be becoming better people all the time. We want to have a better life. We want to become a better person, a better friend, a better father, a better mother, a better worker, a better employee, a better boss, a better brother, a better sister, on and on and on and on and on. But tiny changes build up over time like interest on a loan. Tiny changes. Are those tiny changes better, or are those tiny changes making us worse? Before you answer that, think about this a second. What if we were doing a little more complaining than we were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? What if we're spreading a little more gossip? We hear some little something, we add our 2 cents to it, tell it to somebody else. What if we have a little more envy built into our life? Maybe more pride. Maybe if you're a tournament fisher and you have success and your head's just getting bigger and bigger, you get a little pride building up. What about hatefulness? We have so many people in this country right now that we live in that have got into a habit of just simply hating. Just simply hating. How about if we've let a little bit more negativity slip into our everyday talk, or everyday actions, or everyday thoughts? More negativity. You get the picture? You see what I'm talking about? There can be a lot of little things that slip into our life over time that become a part of us, and we don't want them to be a part of us. Do you want to complain more? Do you want to gossip more? Do you want to have more envy, pride, hatefulness, and negativity in your life? Absolutely not. We don't want any of this stuff. But if we're not careful, and this is exactly what God tells us to do today, think about what you have done. Think about what you have done. Take a really hard look at yourself today. Every attitude, every feeling, every thought. What do you see? If it's not the person you want to see, talk to God about it. Talk to Jesus about it. Let him help you. Turn you into the kind of person, not only that you want to be, but more importantly, the kind of person that God wants you to be. Here's our tip for today. Fence rows. That's right, fence rows. Flooded lakes, most of our lakes are man-made lakes. They have flooded lakes, but they have fence rows in there where they've flooded the fence rows and not taken them down. Fence rows to a bass are like steak bones to a dog. Fence rows to a bass are like steak bones to a dog. Who said that? Well, Jimmy said that. I don't know if anybody else ever said that. But that's right. Fence rows fit you every fence row you got. A fence post out there with wire tied to it. For some reason, I don't know, for some reason, it just seems to hold fish. See, you think, well, it's just like a little tree sticking up, and it is. But fence rows seem to really, really hold fish. Watch out for those metal fence posts, though. Those metal fence posts. Oh, my gosh. They're really bad on the bottom of a Ranger boat. Fortunately, it's mostly in the places where you don't see it. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.